A Sand County Almanac by Aldo Leopold. Chapter 2, February. Good Oak. Section 8. Now our soil bites the 1870s, the decade of Wisconsin's carousal in wheat. Monday morning came in 1879, when chinch bugs, grubs, rust, and soil exhaustion finally convinced Wisconsin farmers that they could not compete with the virgin prairies further west in the game of wheating land to death. I suspect that this farm played its share in the game, and that the sand blow just north of my oak had its origin in over-wheating. This same year of 1879 saw the first planting of carp in Wisconsin, and also the first arrival of quackgrass as a stowaway from Europe. On October 27, 1879, 6 migrating prairie chickens perched on the roof tree of the German Methodist Church in Madison and took a look at the growing city. On November the 8th, the markets at Madison were reported to be glutted with ducks at 10 cents each. In 1878, a deer hunter from Sauk Rapids remarked prophetically, "The hunters promised to outnumber the deer." On September the 10th, 1877, 2 brothers shooting Muskego Lake bagged 210 blue-winged teal in one day. In 1876 came the wettest year of record. The rainfall piled up 50 inches. Prairie chickens declined, perhaps owing to hard rains. In 1875, 4 hunters killed 153 prairie chickens at York Prairie, 1 county to the eastward. In the same year, the U.S. Fish Commission planted Atlantic salmon in Devil's Lake, 10 miles south of my oak. In 1874, the first factory-made barbed wire was stapled to oak trees. I hope no such artifacts are buried in the oak now under saw. In 1873, 1 Chicago firm received and marketed 25,000 prairie chickens. The Chicago trade collectively bought 600,000 at $3.25 per dozen. In 1872, the last wild Wisconsin turkey was killed, 2 counties to the southwest. It is appropriate that the decade ending the pioneer carousal in wheat should likewise have ended the pioneer carousal in pigeon blood. In 1871, within a 50-mile triangle spreading northwestward from my oak, 136 million pigeons are estimated to have nested, and some may have nested in it, for it was then a thrifty sapling 20 feet tall. Pigeon hunters by scores plied their trade with net and gun, club and salt lick, and trainloads of prospective pigeon pie moved southward and eastward toward the cities. It was the last big nesting in Wisconsin, and nearly the last in any state. This same year, 1871, brought other evidence of the march of empire. The Peshtigo fire, which cleared a couple of counties of trees and soil, and the Chicago fire, said to have started from the protesting kick of a cow. In 1870, the meadow mice had already staged their march of empire. They ate up the young orchards of the young state and then died. They did not eat my oak, whose bark was already too tough and thick for mice. It was likewise in 1870 that a market gunner boasted in the American Sportsman of killing 6,000 ducks in one season near Chicago. Rest, cries the chief sawyer, and we pause for breath.